Director of Coach Education, and Renee Holder, our Head of Coaching Products and Programs. In this session, they'll be looking into the coach education world, how you can, as a starter, become a coach, and also the changing world of coaching. So by now, some of you have heard from ICF or colleagues and around a whole range of things relating to coaching capability. We've also explored some of the themes around coaching. So we're now going to take a bit of a dive into the world of coach education. So you may be interested in learning more about coaching, what this skill could look like for you as a leader or as a new career. And for current alumni, we'll be exploring some of the new changes from IECL to take your coaching to the next level. And so we'll get a bit of a sneak peek into the 2023 offering. So please join me in welcoming Mandy and Renee for this session.
Thank you so much, Human. Great to be here and lovely to be with all of you. I recognize some names, others are new. So great to have you all here. I'm just going to share the presentation. So for this final session of the Open Day today, we are aware of the variety of different levels of experience that are in the room. So we'll try to speak to all of you. And of course, you can't please all the people all the time. So forgive us if we go over some things that you are already familiar with. We will have plenty of time at the end for questions, and you can pop them in the chat box if you like as we go along, or unmute yourself at the end to voice your question. The area of coaching, it's complicated. There's so many types of coaching being offered in the world now, and such a huge range of different terminologies. In fact, we're talking about putting together a glossary of terms at IECL because there are so many terms and so many acronyms. There's life coaching, business coaching, wellness coaching, and many other kinds of coaching. IECL specializes in organizational coaching, which benefits individuals, teams, groups, and most importantly, the organization that is sponsoring the coaching. So in a sentence, organizational coaching is a structured conversation with measurable outcomes that is collaborative and in service of both the individual or the group or the team and the sponsoring organization. So whether that coaching is delivered by an external coach or an internal coach, or a leader as coach, a leader taking a coaching approach, at IECL, we use the one umbrella term, organizational coaching. And organizational coaching encompasses leadership coaching and executive coaching and team coaching and group coaching and many other forms of coaching, which is why we use organizational coaching to represent all of those different kinds of coaching. Before we go further, just a few words about Renee and I. We're both extremely passionate about coaching and the impact that it can have. So we're very happy to be with you here today talking on our favorite topic. Together, we've got about 31 years at IECL, 11 years and almost 20 years respectively. We're both coaches, and Renee is also one of our senior faculty in IECL's Coach Education program. And it's been my absolute privilege and honor to work closely with our alumni over nearly 20 years. And I get to hear a lot of good news stories about the impact that our alumni are having through their coaching, not just on their clients, but also they talk often about the change in their relationships at home with their families and friends. So it's good news stories that keeps me here for nearly 20 years and gets me out of bed in the morning. So today, we really want to talk to you about some of the developments in coach education that IECL is rolling out in 2023. As a specialist provider of organizational coach education with those over 2 decades of experience in training organizational coaches and developing coaching capability in leaders, as we've talked about quite a bit today, we also offer a comprehensive range of world-class courses and aim to have really fully flexible pathways that suit you. And the more that we move into this new world of working virtually, the more flexible those pathways are becoming, especially if you're someone who likes to stay up late or get up early. Whether you're new to organizational coaching or an experienced professional coach, a leader looking to add coaching to your toolkit, or someone interested in being part of a community and a conversation around organizational coaching, then IECL is the place to be. We are here to support you and guide you as you navigate the world of coach education, because it can be complicated, and to support your ongoing development. IECL is a center of excellence for coaching, where you learn, share, and grow as a coach by accessing knowledge, practice opportunities like those that Human was speaking about through membership, and also accessing organizational coaching experts like our faculty. In 1999, when IECL was founded, coaching as a professional practice was in its infancy. And over the past 23 plus years, IECL has proudly played a key role in shaping and professionalizing the organizational coaching industry, holding high standards and always looking to improve, grow, and learn. We've worked hard to continually raise the bar for coaching standards to ensure that we send out well-trained, confident, competent, and ethical coaches and leaders into the world as part of that vision for every leader or everyone in the world to have access to a world-class coach. IECL organizational coach education is globally recognized as world-class. Our courses have a strong reputation in the market for producing exceptional coaches. So as soon as you complete our first certification course, you join an alumni of over 8,000 people globally and enjoy the benefits of calling yourself an IECL coach. Our ability to support coaches and leaders as they learn to hone their craft in the art and science of organizational coaching has led to our courses being recognized as the gold standard by our clients, also by our participants in coach training, and by coaching and educational bodies, including the International Coach Federation, also known as ICF, and Charles Sturt University. I'd like to bring Renee in here. She's going to tell you a little bit more about the changing world of coach education as we see it right now. So over to you, Renee.
Thank you, Mandy. And just flagging, I do have a child at home ill today. So if I have a little one crawl onto my lap, that'd be why. So thanks, Mandy. As we do every year at IECL, we've taken some time recently to review what's going on in the industry, market changes and themes and patterns we're noticing. Also talking to our clients and participants, our alumni, looking at their needs and wants and looking at how that might inform changes in our curriculum design. So as we do every year, we've been working through that. But this year in particular, we've been extra busy working on a little more change than usual because in 2023, IECL is introducing new courses to provide even more flexible learning pathways to suit your needs and what it is that you need to develop in your coaching capability. So this means that you'll be able to continue to work towards world-class IECL organisational coaching certifications and now accreditations with the additional credibility of ICF accreditation, leading you on to ACC or PCC credentials if you choose. And we'll explain a little bit more about that in a moment. You may have also heard that ICF recently announced a number of significant changes to their coach education and training model. And their intention was for these changes to create greater alignment and simplification of ICF accredited coach training across the globe. So this means that recently IECL went through a rigorous process where ICF reviewed not only us as a provider, so there was a separate process for looking at us as an organisation, how we operate, our processes and policies, but also our courses and pathways to ICF credentials. So as a result, we're delighted to have been approved again as an ICF accredited coach education provider to their new levels 1 and 2, the pathways to ACC and PCC credentials. So we'll take you through that in just a moment in terms of the detail. What does this mean in terms of the changes? Well, there's a greater emphasis on individual and group mentoring from the commencement of coach education. performance evaluations against evidence-based skills requirements, so minimum skills requirements at all levels now, and updated exam content and conditions. So a few changes there, and I'm sure by now you've already started to hear lots of acronyms and options and pathways mentioned, and as Mandy said, that can be interesting to navigate your way through. But that's why we have obviously some of this info we're sharing with you today, but lots of follow-up and support through our fabulous team of relationship managers, our wonderful operations team, and our global faculty, all there to help support and guide you as you make the choices that are right for you at the right time. So how do you become a confident, capable, and ethical coach, organisational coach, importantly? Well, your journey starts with IECL, and it begins with IECL's Organisational Coaching Level 1 certification. So before I get into this, I just wanted to make the distinction between some terms that can sound quite similar, but they are for distinctly different things. So there is an IECL certifications, which you can see on the top row here, level 1 and 2 certifications. There are IECL accreditations, the second row here, level 1 accreditation, level 2 accreditation. Separate to that, there are ICF accredited programs, which these courses form part of. And in addition, there are ICF credentials. So 4 quite different things. So we'll talk through the connections between those things. Let's start with the IECL certifications, level 1 and 2, the top row. Now, these have been available for many, many years, and they're the essential foundation courses for anybody looking to add coaching conversations to their toolkit. So these are the courses that are suitable for coaches, leaders, really anyone who's looking to build a breadth of organisational coaching knowledge and skill. The IECL Organisational Coaching Level 1 certificate course, so the top left here, focuses on functional capability and teaches really the essential foundation skills of organisational coaching. So the tools and the techniques, the understanding of how to have coaching conversations that really get results. And it's at level 1 that we focus on what organisational coaching is and what it's not, when to coach and when not to, the foundation models of coaching, coaching questions and structure. We look at elements of change, ethics and mental health, and much, much more. And this course is a great starting point for all coach education at IECL, and Mandy will take you through more detail on the structure of that course in just a moment. But after you've applied your level 1 skills, you'll come to realise that there is much more to know about coaching to truly understand and successfully practice the craft. And that's where the IECL Organisational Coaching Level 2, the top right certification, builds on your level 1 tools and skills and the techniques, now with a focus on relational intelligence. So it's at level 2 that you build your capability to really build the coaching relationship. And it's the coaching relationship that creates a safe space for even more impactful coaching work to be done. So it's a level 2 certification where we look at mindful presence, coaching dialogue, deeper levels of listening, powerful questioning, perspective taking, the dynamics that are at play in coaching, and much, much more. So it's at level 2 certification that your focus will shift from coaching the situation that we do in level 1 certification to now looking at coaching the meaning that is being made of the situation. So that level 2 certification is open to all graduates of level 1 certification. We do recommend that you also have 20 to 25 hours of coaching practice between the certification levels 1 and 2. So you've really bedded down that learning at level 1 before moving on. And while these courses form the foundations of IECL's ICF accredited coach education pathways through to ACC and PCC, they do also stand alone in their own right though. So as fully rounded, rigorous coach education programs that are often sought after in the market. So then let's take a look at IECL accreditation level 1 and 2. So this is the second row here. These are new and they'll be available from 2023 onwards. IECL accreditations level 1 and 2, they build on the certifications and they provide an opportunity for a deeper dive into the tools and techniques covered in those certifications. IECL accreditation courses also provide valuable space and time to build even greater levels of confidence, to gain more practice, to grow in coaching capability. And working through a level 1 or level 2 accreditation really shows your commitment to working in a small group with an experienced coach mentor, to being open to receiving feedback and development that is, at this point, even far more specific to IECL coaching principles and ICF competencies, so even stronger linkages through the accreditation courses. Through accreditation, you hone your skills in self-assessment and reflection even further, and you work with IECL faculty experts and peers in workshops, and we'll look at the structure of those in just a moment, to deepen your level 1 or 2 learnings by applying them in practice and application. So where to from here? I mean, no matter the journey, it all really starts with the level 1 certification, as we've said a few times now. So I might hand over to Mandy, who will take you through some details of that very first certificate course.
Thank you so much, Renee. So the best place to start is at the beginning. IECL Organizational Coaching Level 1 certification is the foundation course for everything. You can choose the path that's right for you from here. And there's lots and lots of different options, and we'll go through some of them today. So at IECL, you've always got options to change your path, should your goals change. But really, everyone starts and everything starts with certification level 1. And our over 8,000 IECL organizational coach alumni have all started with this course throughout the world. And that includes our faculty, the subject matter experts you see here today. Some very, very experienced coaches have come back and started at the beginning with IECL to really understand the IECL language, frameworks, and the way in which we teach coaching and organizational coaching in particular. So everyone starts with level 1 certification. We do offer some recognition of prior learning. So if you have started training elsewhere, get in touch with us, because we want to acknowledge that you've done that. This foundational course has been reviewed and refined continually since 1999. So we sit down at the end of every year and go over every page of the workbook, every reading, every podcast, every video that is involved in the pre-work, and really ensure that it's still earning its keep and that it is the best possible thing to include in the training. So as a result of that, the training has emerged as a world-class, market-leading essential for organizational coaching. It teaches all the skills and tools that you need to get started as an organizational coach. And our level 1 classrooms include those people new to coaching, as well as the experienced coaches, leader and manager as coach, internal coaches, external coaches. So we get some great groups of people in the level 1 training. Level 1 certification is also the first step for those seeking ICF credentials, and also for those interested in IECL accreditation, as well as those interested in the postgrad pathways at Charles Sturt University. So more on those a little bit later on. As you can see from this slide, level 1 certification takes 7 weeks to complete. It's mainly part-time, starting offline in a social learning environment, a place where you can begin to engage with some ideas around coaching, what it is, what it's not, as well as engaging with your learning peers and the training faculty. And those 2 weeks of pre-work are followed by 3-day intensive experiential workshop, whether it is online, like we are in Zoom today, or in person in some of the bigger cities around the world. And you'll practice coaching quite a lot in that 3-day workshop. It's very, very experiential. You'll also be coached using what we call real play as opposed to role play. So you get the experience of being coached on real issues in your life, and then you can really feel how good coaching lands and not so good coaching also doesn't land. And that experience of being the coaching counterpart is also really, really valuable. After the workshop, we see you back online to reflect on your learning, and also to begin to learn some more, to arrange some practice coaching sessions with your peers, And finally, to write up and submit your reflective learning task for marking and certification. So once you've certified, you can call yourself an IECL Level 1 Certified Organizational Coach. And you can start coaching right away. In fact, that's what we recommend that you do. Go out and use the new skills and tools that you've learned and get plenty of practice. As Renee said, we recommend 25 hours before you come into Level 2 certification. I'll hand back to Renee to go into a little bit more detail around these 4 courses.
Thanks, Mandy. So once you have completed the Level 1 certification, you can choose to either go broader or deeper in your development. So note that both certifications on the top row here have that same structure that Mandy's just taking you through. So the 7-week duration, the pre and post work online, the 3-day workshop delivered via Zoom or in person, both have the same structure. And as Mandy said, on completion of Level 1 or Level 2 certification, you can call yourself an IECL Level 1 or Level 2 certified coach. You can also use, as you see here, the post-nominal. If you're a member, you can use CIECL after your name. The Level 1 and Level 2 accreditation courses, they also share a structure, the same structure, which is 12 weeks duration, including 3 half-day workshops and 3 coaching practice sessions, 2 of those with a mentor. So on completion of IECL Level 1 accreditation, you can call yourself an IECL accredited coach. And as a member, you can use the post-nominal A IECL or accredited IECL member. On completion of a Level 2 accreditation, you can call yourself a professional accredited IECL coach. And as a member, you can use the post-nominal P IECL or professional IECL member after your name. So if you're just beginning to explore coach education providers and options, we do appreciate there's plenty of info to absorb, and we'll have lots of opportunities for you to get into the detail of this and ask additional questions either today or after our open day through our team. And our strong suggestion would be that as you explore your options, that you do things like ask for recommendations from people that you trust. So maybe you have a few experienced coaches in your network who've undertaken various forms of training. Maybe you would reach out to prospective coaching clients, to organisations or counterparts that might be an ideal client for you, and ask them, what do they look for in terms of coach education? Get some tips and advice there. We also suggest that you look for accredited programs, which means that they align to an international body, with ICF being the largest and most well known. That's ICF, obviously, who IECL are aligned with. And look for courses where they're delivered by faculty who are experienced practicing coaches. So that's what we look for in our IECL faculty, so that you're learning from coaches who not only have their credentials and many, many hours of coaching practice, but also are able to share real stories and real experience, their learnings and lessons, and to really, kind of tap into that wisdom. Look for a coach education provider with a strong supportive community like IECL alumni and membership communities to give you access to peers and experts, as we've touched on a few times today, and to provide you with opportunities for ongoing professional development, because as a coach, you really never stop learning. There's always more to learn, plenty of places to go. And you really want a place to come back to take your challenges and questions too. So that community is really, really important. So whether that's with IECL or elsewhere, there's some of the tips that we'd give you in terms of exploring coach education providers. If you are already an IECL alumni, what do these changes mean for you? If you have completed our courses, you're in a great position. You can build on those courses that you've completed and continue your learning and development with us. What it means for you specifically will depend on the courses that you've completed. So again, don't worry about how to navigate your way through that. The team is here to guide and support you on your next steps. So you may want to broaden your knowledge and skills by continuing to undertake additional IECL certification courses, and Mandy will take you through some of those in just a moment. Or you might like to deepen the current level of knowledge and skill you have by working towards an IECL accreditation or even onto an ICF credential. So let's have a look at that credential linkage, because you might be aiming for an ICF ACC credential, Associate Certified Coach. So after you've completed level 1 certification and level 1 accreditation with us, the next step for you to a credential would be to complete an ACC mentoring and performance evaluation. So this includes 2 mentor coaching sessions and a performance evaluation against the ACC minimum skills requirements. And then when you have all 3 of those things, so your certification, accreditation, and that final mentoring and performance evaluation, that equates to an IECL level 1 organisational coach education pathway, or an ICF level 1. So it's that new little logo or badge you can see there on our slide, which is the level 1 ACC journey. So altogether, you'll have 64 hours of coach specific training at that point, and you have what you need to then apply to ICF for your ACC credential. So in addition to this, you also would need to have logged 100+ hours of coaching, of which 75 of those hours are paid, and you pay your fee to ICF and complete your ACC credential exam with ICF to earn your credential. If, however, you're looking to work towards the PCC credential, you would complete your certifications and accreditations with IECL, and your final step would be to undertake a PCC mentoring and performance evaluation. So again, 2 mentor coaching sessions and a performance evaluation against PCC minimum skills requirements. So then you would have all 3 things. So the level 2 certification, level 2 accreditation, PCC mentoring and performance evaluation, equating to an IECL level 2 professional organisational coach education pathway. So this is another new little badge or logo that ICF have recently awarded us, which is the ICF level 2 PCC journey. So altogether at that point, you would have 131 hours of coach specific training. You would take that to ICF once you've accumulated 500 hours of coaching practice or more, of which 450 of those hours need to be paid. You would pay a fee to ICF and pass a credential exam under the new exam conditions, and then you'd be eligible for your PCC credential. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a sense of how that comes together in terms of the linkage between IECL's certifications, accreditations, and then working on to the ICF accredited programs and credentials. You may be looking for continuing development as a coach. So I'm going to hand back over to Mandy to give you some just some thoughts around where you might go beyond that if it's of interest to you.
Thank you, Renee. So yes, as a Centre of Excellence for Coaching and your go-to community for ongoing professional development, we have a variety of different options. And these are options that you can take up after level 2 certification or after completing the accreditations. So you can continue that horizontal broadening of your coaching or go downward into the deepening of coaching. There's lots of options. If you do choose to go broader, you can select from a number of courses. And also the member events are designed to continue your learning and develop your practice at the same time. So the courses over here in the continuous development area include narrative coaching. And for those of you who have previously done IECL's current level 3, this is that content in this workshop. So we've separated it out from the certification and accreditation. There's also the opportunity to specialize in team coaching, which once you've studied level 2 certification with us, you can move into team coaching, and also principles of organizational coaching, which is a fully online coaching theory course. And all of these courses will earn you ICF's CCEUs, or continuing coach education units, which not only continue your education, but you will also need those points to renew your ICF credentials at some point in the future. And as at the same time as all of this, the membership program is designed to purely support you and your ongoing professional development as a coach. As Human said, we host those multiple events each month. Really encourage you, if you're not a member, to duck into the a coaching demo in upcoming months, because you don't really get inside the coaching room very often to be a fly on the wall and watch real live coaching in action. So it's a great opportunity to understand how coaching works and learn, even whether you're a coach already or not. There's also business development workshops. We don't go into business development in the coach education. We keep that in the membership space. So if you're setting up your own business, great opportunities there and continuous practice rounds. Finally, just go on to cover off the postgrad opportunities with Charles Sturt University. So IECL is very proud to be a partner with Charles Sturt, and we have been since 2015. And through this partnership, we offer the postgraduate pathways in coaching and leadership. So this is a great opportunity for those of you whose clients may prefer that you have a postgrad qualification in coaching, or perhaps you don't have a relevant undergrad degree related to your coaching. CSU recognizes IECL's certifications as your undergrad, so you can step into the postgrad certification and continue on your studies with CSU. Towards those post-grad qualifications. So I'll zoom in a little bit here on the details of the grad cert. So grad cert consists of 4 subjects, IECL's level 1 and 2 certifications, and then 2 leadership subjects at CSU. That grad cert is then embedded in the grad dip. So you continue on 2 more subjects with IECL, the narrative coaching, and then either the principles course or team coaching, and then 2 elective subjects at CSU gives you your grad dip in organizational coaching and leadership. And then CSU has master's pathways available, so you can continue to explore those. So that's a great pathway to also pursue. We are aware that time is of the essence today, and we want to make some time for your questions. So pop them in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself if you prefer. I believe we also have Kath Attry from CSU here today. So if you have any questions for Kath, you could pop those in the chat box to her. Whether we get to everything today or not, we can get back to you later. So let us know what questions you have. And we have traversed quite a lot of territory in a short time. So we understand that you may also just have some basic questions like, what is coaching? And if you do, we run every month a free introductory session into coaching, and there is one coming up on the 5th of October, 5 p.m. Sydney time. So if you want to join us for that and just get back to basics and explore what is coaching, we'll pop the registration link in the chat box so that you can register for that. Those are free events, or you can book a time with any of our team. They're very friendly and approachable. They've all been through coach training, so they understand how it works and they understand all the acronyms. So we'll pop in the links for the world team. There's different team members in different time zones. You can speak to someone in your time zone. And if you're already an IECL alumni and you want to talk specifically about, okay, I'm level 1 or I'm level 2, what does this mean for me? You would have received in the last couple of days an invitation in your inbox from us for some sessions on the 13th and 14th of September, where we're going to go into more details specifically. What does it mean for level 1? What does it mean for level 2? So over to you. What questions do you have?
Mandy, Diana's popped a question in terms of being about to commence IECL level 3 and wanting to know how it compares with the level 1 and level 2 accreditations. As a level 3 coach, Diana understood she would gain an ICF accreditation, which is true. Yes, you absolutely still do. So that's the current ACTP, which is still valid in 2022 and will be honoured by ICF into the future. So
indefinitely.
Yeah, certainly anything that you've invested in will certainly count towards whatever it is you're working towards, whether it's an IECL accreditation or to attain that ACTP to go to ICF. So yes, they have changed their pathways around those things, but absolutely honouring any investments that you've already made in your training.
Absolutely. And ACTP certificates that most of our faculty have, I mean, they're still absolutely premium qualifications, and ICF will honour them indefinitely into the future. It's just that we can't issue ACTP certificates after the end of this year because we now are providers of level 1 and 2 coach education.
Alison also asked a question about the 450 paid hours. I suppose that would apply for anyone who's looking at the 75 hours being part of the 100 at ACC as well. Is there any way to have the payment waived? I will be coaching internally within an organisation. So if you're being paid by an organisation, Alison, that counts as paid. You just need the organisation to be able to verify that, to say that there was a core part of your role that was coaching, and to attest to the fact that the hours you've logged are correct. If you need a hand with doing that, we've provided templates and ideas to alumni before, so we're happy to guide you around how to best do that.
Yeah, and it's also useful to know that ICF payment is an exchange of anything of value. So if I coach you and you coach me, that is counted as paid because we're exchanging something of high value. If you coach me in a coffee shop and I pay for your coffee, that is also counted as paid. And I've heard that from ICF Direct. So it's not that you need to have an official corporate contract for those paid hours. Any exchange of anything of value is counted as paid. What is not counted is if you are a leader as coach and you kind of take a coaching approach to some of your meetings with your direct reports, you can't claim those hours. It needs to be pure coaching. But if you set aside pure coaching time with that direct report and it is only coaching and you're not also leading or managing them in that time, then you can count that as paid if you are being paid by your organization at that time.
Mandy, quick question. I've got a couple of direct messages on this. Will this map be available to the public to a similar version?
It's a great question. We're actually on Tuesday, we're going to make a video, a shorter version of what we've done today, maybe about 10 minutes, that will take you through this map. And we'll put that on our website via YouTube. So it will be available in that way. And then we're also making a kind of choose your own adventure version of this for our website, but that's with the web developers and goodness knows how long that will take. So that's coming, but hopefully within the week, we'll have a short version of the presentation on the website so you can fast forward or pause or have a look at the bits that are relevant to you.
And Rebecca asked about level 1 this year being the same as level 1 next year. And yes, as we said, we do look at little tweaks and adjustments, always continually looking to make that certificate course as strong as it can be and relevant to the current context. But for the most part, a good, what would it be? Would you say, Mandy, about 95% of it will remain the same. The structure is the same.
Absolutely.
Yep.
The evolution this year is the same as the evolution last year, just always making sure it's up to date with the latest thinking in the industry. But yeah, otherwise no big changes.
Michelle, thank you for your comment around supporting your professional development. I think we've always worked really hard to ensure that we support our alumni either as a collective by offering regular events or individually with your specific needs and connecting with you. But we're really also proud to have added membership to that over the last couple of years and to see our sort of membership group grow and see the activity there, the relationships that are formed, and looking to take that to the next level in 2023 as well. So we'll be adding in even more for alumni members as we go ahead. Any other comments or questions for Mandy or I? Anything that the team can support you with, or even if you'd like someone to reach out to you after today to talk about your specific needs, just feel free to use the links there in the chat box or pop your specific question in chat and we'll come back to you.
Also, if you have questions for Charity or Tony that you're holding over from earlier, we do have 5 whole minutes. We can answer those questions. Let's stop sharing this so we can see you all. And we would also ask if you could fill out the quick survey, just letting us know how useful or not these sessions were, or this session was to you. That would be great. It gives us feedback for future open days. No other questions? All right. We can have
Just
more
some lovely
dancing.
thanks from Barbara and Rebecca on in the chat.
Thank you. So we'll be in touch. We are going to send the video recordings out to you next week. They'll also be up on our YouTube channel. There's lots of other interesting video on the YouTube channel as well. You might want to check that out if you like video as a format. Our 2023 dates through to June will be posted on the website later today. So if you want to look at those, yeah, and just stay in touch with us. If you're already alumni, then your family, and we'll be in touch with you anyway. But if you're considering becoming a coach, then the world needs more fantastic coaches, competent, confident, and ethical coaches. We really believe that's what the world needs right now. So we hope that you will take the plunge, whether it's with us or another accredited provider. We hope to see you again soon. And yeah, go well and also have a wonderful weekend.
When you get to it, wherever you are in the world.
Yeah, we're a little bit closer to it in Australia than those of you in North America or other parts of the world, but Friday's looking good from here.